everyone, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. I got my girls all here, and look, we even have Nancy this evening. She's back. Woo! Nancy, how are
Thank
you,
you.
girl?
I'm better. People are some people are awesome, some people are not so awesome. The awesome people I love because they already know, like, okay, she's all right, she'll be back, And I've just been like a zombie for 2 weeks. But I'm good. I no
Okay, good.
COVID, but
Okay, good.
I'm good. Yeah. Y'all
That's
just
a
don't
good thing.
complain if I sneeze or cough on the mic. I'm trying not to.
No, no,
No,
no. We
you
will
good.
not,
You
definitely
good.
not complain. We're glad that you're back. And then we have
Thanks.
Nika, and Nika, girl, what is going on with this
Hi,
I
hair?
want to
everybody.
I want to lick
Stop.
your hair. I want to lick your
Right?
hair.
I tried
And I'm
something
like,
different, ladies. I had to give myself a pick
it's
me up. So
beautiful. It's
thank
It's
you.
absolutely
freaking
beautiful.
gorgeous. You look so hot.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
Thank
love
you.
it. Yes.
Thank
How have you
you.
been?
I've been so busy working. I don't even know how I function because I know I don't sleep. So
Mm-hmm.
I've just been working, and I don't know. But I'm here. So
That's good. Well, I saw that you have a vacation coming up too, right?
yeah, as soon as this overtime at my job is over with, I'm going away somewhere to get away. Because my mom and my
Okay.
sister are actually they went to Dubai and the Maldives.
Ah, Dubai.
So
Oh my
and the Maldives,
gosh.
yeah. So they
Oh
left
my goodness.
they left Dubai, so they just got to the Maldives today. So it's beautiful
Okay,
there.
that
I
is
wish I would
so
have went, but it was like
good.
a 14-hour flight, and I was like, no, well, I'll try next time, mommy. Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good. G Funky's in the house. Maestro, C Manzo, Lee Groves, Ariane, D Styles. Let me see who else we got over here. Long Live Boxing. Ronnie Bravo. Hello. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you so, so freaking much. I have been kind of out of the loop myself. Nancy, I know before she
Yeah.
said she was out of the loop a little bit, and I was too. I left camp, came home. I was blessed. I had this wonderful party to go to when I got home the same
Yeah.
day. And then I needed like now that I'm older, I needed like till today to recover.
But you know,
Like
you do not look your
literally.
age. I just want to stress that you do
Uh
not look the age that you
thank you
celebrate.
No.
So
so
kudos to
much.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The big 5'2".
Yeah, it's like no
Yes.
way, no
Yes.
way, right?
Oh, thank you so
No way.
much. Life is good and I'm happy. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I'm doing what I love. So that, and then, but then, when I get on Twitter, I see that two mega women fights are going on in September with Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, and then Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner. Let's talk about that. Like, I'm
Mhm.
super freaking excited. Nancy, you haven't been here in a while.
I
Let's
have,
start with
I know.
you.
Start
I'm
with
like,
you.
I don't even know. I don't, I
You're
think
like, whoa,
these,
what?
I think D Style was still trying to get out of me like from months ago, whether I was, thinking it was, you know, uh, Savannah or
Clarissa.
um,
Clarissa.
Clarissa. I'm still
Mhm.
like, it's just going to be a good fight because there's that genuine, I don't like you piece of it,
Disdain.
and that always makes exciting fights. Like, it's not a show,
Yes.
it's not like BS, like that makes it exciting for me. And of course, because they're great women boxers. So I still am like, which way am I leaning on that one?
Okay.
Michaela, though,
Uh-huh.
I do feel like I'm leaning towards Michaela. Like, I'll just say I'm
Mm-hmm.
going for Michaela on that one. That's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to see
Okay.
her get in the ring again. And who
Me
am I
too.
missing?
And there's genuine disdain as well. Well, no,
Yes, that too.
the Clarissa and Savannah Marshall fight, you weren't sure, you're not sure. And then with the Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner, you say that you've got
Michaela.
Michaela.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really do like Michaela. Um, I
Yes.
was not. I'm not going to say not into women's boxing. I just think I was never as educated about the fighters and the history, in women's boxing until just the last 2 years, and talking with y'all, especially you, Christine. So I've learned a lot, and I love that I now have the backstory to a lot of these fights, that distaste, that the it should have been me fighting you, and all of
Right.
that. that to me is what makes it exciting. Of course, because of the boxing itself, but it's like the Twitter novelas that I call it, the boxing novelas, like the drama. I'm like there with my popcorn. I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, literally the Twitter novelas, absolutely. Nika, I mean, we've talked about this before, but let's talk about it again. I mean, who do you have? Shields or Marshall?
I have Shields, but you know what? I'm so glad that they put these two fights on the same card. Like that was, whoever thought.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what I was hoping that they would do. So I'm glad somebody took that idea and
How did that conversation go? Like, how did that? Like they're at the
glad
table.
They came to that decision. Yeah,
they're in a conference room. Like, who walked in like with their Slurpee and was like, you know what? Why don't we just put him on?
Eddie Hearn is involved with Alicia Baumgartner and who's overseas.
Yes,
so I think that's kind of how that happened. So
and they
but
knew,
that was a
seeing
smart
the build up, up to both.
Yeah,
I mean, they had to do it. If not, somebody else was going to do it possibly, and they wanted to be the ones to do it. I don't blame them.
Even though I think both fights would have sold great on their own, but it was just a great idea to put it on the same card.
Me too. So, and they're going to be in London, I think.
Yeah, I would have wished that it was here in the States because that would have been a nice fight to go to.
I would have loved to go. Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure that they always have big stadiums and arenas for these kind of fights there, so that it'll be a big crowd or whatever. But that would have been a nice fight to attend.
I agree with that, and I also like how there has been more promotion of the fight as well, right? I feel like over the so talking about boxing 2022, I don't know what y'all think, but I feel like there have been some fights where we just have not seen them promoted as they really should have been.
Agree, 100%.
How many times have we been on the show and we're like, wait, who's fighting? Wait, when? Right?
Or when are they fighting?
Exactly.
No, I agree.
And even with the Taylor Serrano fight, it's like they hit the media hard, and then it was like crickets, right? And then so this one I think has had a nice pace in terms of promoting it, and I do like a lot of what they're doing. Everybody showing up, doing the press conferences, like it's just good. It's good.
I think it's because there's a lot more like animosity and like turmoil between the fighters. So this fight's been brewing on social media.
It has. So
it
has. Yeah. Well, yeah, both of them.
It's kind of been self-promoting. It's so
see, Monzo, I'm with you. We might all have to take a trip to London. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, how long is that flight? Oh my God.
Right. How long is that flight? It's okay. I don't mind that, but I'll do it. I mean, they treat you nice. They treat you nice. You know what I'm saying? They give you some good food, some good drink, real good. So Lee said 2 of the 5 women's fight I want to see are on the same show. This may be an all women's card, so if it gets a sellout, the O2, this could be ammo they need for better pay. Yes, and I mean, can you imagine if it's an all girls show? I think that would be fabulous. Like, it really, really would.
The UK fans are gonna come out like they are like hardcore.
Yes, they are.
Like online.
Yes,
like,
they are.
They're coming out there to see her try to beat Claressa Shields. Like they get into their feelings online. Like they go to bat. So they're definitely gonna fill that stadium up. The arena up, so I don't see that being an issue. I think the fight's going to be great.
I think well, what I was going to say real quick, just on the good point you just made, though, I think that what the UK fans have done well, maybe, I don't know, there's going to be another opinion, but in following women's boxing, I feel like there is a bigger fan base in general for women's boxing over there than here. And here we're getting there. And it is thanks to, I think, the UK influence, right? So I think that's great. And we haven't talked about, because I remember early on, like, when we first started to see more of the women boxing on the cards, like we talked about the women's pay and who's getting paid, who's not, the differences. And we've just seen so much more spotlight on women's boxing that it is exciting to think about that, hey, this is where it's maybe going to start to happen. We would hope so, that they're going to start to see more of what they deserve in terms of pay.
Well, and I think Bud was like criticized because he said like the UK fans are like the best. But they are. I mean, it's not saying
they're good
that
fans.
we suck. but they are.
They show up to the fights. Like, yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they do.
You know what? That's true.
And they'll fly all over the world. They'll go anywhere because to follow their guys.
In New York, when there have been fighters that are from, the UK, and they're having fights, like, I used to ride the train.
Yeah.
Those fans were everywhere. Like, they were here. They were here in the States.
And when they have their flags, their T-shirts, their everything.
Like, for the Tyson Fury fights and stuff like that, they were heavy in, like, the States. Like, they fly anywhere for their fighters. So I will give them that for sure.
No, they really do.
Yeah.
If you watch fights over there, people show up timely, and they will watch all the fights, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's a big difference. Yes. If you notice here, that's one of my makes me twitch. Like, people are only showing up for the main event, and they're not there. Granted, not all undercards might be worthy of, but I still feel like, but you're paying for these tickets, and you're a boxing fan, pull up from the beginning to the end, Well, and they do that. If you notice, they do that.
They do, and not to mention the guys that are on the undercard. It's like they've worked hard. This is their dream. They want to put on a performance, and why not give it to them? Why not make them feel good? We all want to feel good in something that we're doing or trying to do, and it's like, why not?
Yep.
I used to always when I used to see the fans, I used to be like, you must be here for the boxing event, and then it was just like, how did you know?
Like,
y'all are like invading the city. Y'all are invading the city. That's
and they're like, okay, girl, they're like, she knows what she's talking about. As far as the Clarissa and Savannah Marshall, I mean, obviously, I believe Clarissa is going to take it. I just do, but I wanted to talk about something that she stated. She said on Twitter, she said, I know some women in boxing are jealous AF of me, and that's okay. So I just wanted to pose the question. I'll start with you, Nika. Do you believe that there are women that are jealous of her, or are they happy for her? What do you think?
I don't know if I can really answer that question honestly, because I don't think that I've ever really seen any other boxers hating on her, like female boxers hating on her. So I don't really know if I could co-sign that, but if I do see it, I would definitely point that out. But maybe she sees things that hear things herself from other people, so I'm not gonna say that it's not true, because in the boxing world, not for nothing, women are messy as fuck, and women are some of the biggest haters. I'm not gonna lie.
They are.
I wouldn't put it past people. So for sure.
Okay, so we have D Styles in the house. What's up, my brother? Styles. How you doing? We can't hear you.
And I'm on mute. My bad.
Now we can hear you. Right. Now we can hear you.
Just here. I'm late, but I'm here.
That's so good. No, we were just Simon. So we're gonna get back to that, Raquel.
Yeah, I mean, I was notified last minute. Now let's make sure.
Oh yeah, Raquel.
You were notified last minute. You were. So we were talking about the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall fight, and how exciting we are. Not sure how excited you are, but what do you think about that fight? Are you excited about it? Who do you got?
I love the fight. I think it's the fight to make. I've been looking forward to this fight for quite some time. I think this is my opinion, but this is the biggest threat that Clarissa Shields has ever faced as a pro. That's what this is, right?
Yeah,
and Clarissa Shields is she's good. I have nothing to criticize her about, and you can argue. Possibly the most talented, right?
Sorry, I had to interrupt that. Yeah,
but
I'm educate me.
I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm ready to say it.
Is that your burner, D-Style?
I'm ready to say it. Like
your burner.
Yeah, totally. But here's what I'll say. All right. Marshall's gonna win this fight.
Okay.
I feel like I'm doing stand-up comedy when Nika laughs about it, but I'm just saying. She's like, that's a good one. No, but I think she's gonna win this fight. I think Nancy feels the same way, but she don't want to say she's right in the fence.
So so it's been months.
That's because Nancy's been hanging around you too much.
No, but I haven't. I mean, meaning yes, hanging around, but I haven't decided because it is such a good fight. This is one of those fights where I don't have my heart in either one. So we've been in, we have our boxing brain and then we make the decisions sometimes with the heart, right? Oh, because I love the guy, right? And then you have the ones where it's like, I love the guy, but he's going to lose. And this is one of those where I'm really not like heart with either one of these. So I'm just looking at it from a boxing head perspective. And what I have seen, it is still difficult for me to just give it all to one or the other because I feel it is a good fight and matchup, not just from a skill set standpoint, but just because of what they're bringing into the ring with them emotionally and everything else. And I'm just not there. I don't know. I need to decide. I know.
Chris wants to know how. He said, how is this all going to play out? Like, it's a yes, like a yes, girl.
Yes. You see, I don't know if you could highlight that comment down there.
Which one?
Yes, that one right there.
That one, okay. Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that. That's my girl.
How long ago was that?
I love Hannah.
What did Clarissa Shields do after she got back up? Like, you guys gotta come on, man. Like, give me something better. Give me something better.
You're right.
I hear you.
And Hannah's my girl, but you're right. Yes.
Here's what I'll say. I keep getting that a lot. Like, how is she gonna win? Like, look, you can. Okay, how is Clarissa Shields? What is Clarissa gonna walk through her or something? Is she gonna just overpower her or something? Do you really believe like Marshall just gonna be mesmerized like these other girls and overwhelmed by the speed? And you really think that's gonna happen? I don't think that's gonna happen because you know why? Because she's fighting someone who was also. All right. I haven't aged at all. Thank you. But he's also someone who's also an Olympian, someone who has won world championships in the amateur level, someone who can box. It's not just the power. It's not just the power.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So is it because I know this is a big reason why a lot of people think that Marshall's going to win. Is it because you don't like Clarissa Shields?
No.
And her attitude?
Good question.
Ask me how many times I picked against Clarissa Shields.
I don't know. That was just my question because I know that there's a lot of people who don't like
her. A lot of people don't.
So they want her to lose. So they're going for Marshall.
You know what I mean? Nate Campbell, shout out to him. He don't like her. Like a lot of people don't like her, but
he doesn't.
He really doesn't like her, but he really doesn't. Like I pick fighters I don't like all the time. I don't like Tyson Fury. But if I think he's going to win, I pick him to win.
So Lennox was best says that he's going to be here after to say I told you so. Well, I want you to be here after, even if your girl doesn't win.
I mean, look, may the best woman win. I mean, look.
And then maybe you can cam up and talk about it too, if that happens.
Absolutely.
You guys like to talk a lot in the chat, and then when it's time to like back up what you said, or Clarissa wins, then you're gonna go MIA. So this is on video. You said you're gonna come back and talk shit. Book it. Yeah. What is this? 18 minutes, 50 seconds? Okay. All
right. And Lee talked about how Marshall has it and Clarissa doesn't. Clarissa doesn't have that quiet confidence. Marshall is a great boxer, and I've heard she has power as well. And you know what? It's going to be in her hometown, on her ground, on her soil, or with her people, and that's fabulous. But I just really have a feeling that Clarissa is going to pull it through. I mean, I just really do. That's my opinion. But before you had jumped on, we were talking about Clarissa had made a comment, and she stated, I know some women in boxing are jealous AF of me, and that's okay. And I was going around the panel and asking, I mean, are women jealous of her, or are they happy for her because she is breaking barriers? And C. Monzo said something about Raquel Miller. She didn't say that, but it's Raquel Miller. I know the situation. But this goes back way in the amateurs, and there's a lot of backstory to that.
But you know what?
But
there has to be.
Go ahead.
Now that Chris Months are pointing that out, there's got to be a little bit of a jealousy there, because when was the last time that Raquel Miller has fought? Like, what has she been doing lately? You know, it's been a minute.
I know she's got something coming up, but yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, and it's been a hot minute.
But you know, and
the
sad thing is,
the person that you don't like is getting all these big fights. You know, like not all these big fights, but this big fight coming up.
Yeah,
there's gotta be a little bit of saltiness, you know, because women, we're naturally catty. I'm just
sure, of course, absolutely.
You know? And if they already have, like, you know, beef that's already there, and you see that she's getting a big fight in overseas, like, you know, I would be a little bit salty. I'm not gonna lie, I would be a little salty too.
I don't know how much of it what she is sensing. I don't know how much of it is personal to Claressa. I think some of that, what she senses as like haters, I think from other women, I don't know that it's necessarily directed at Claressa. It's almost like a mad at the system situation.
Yes,
I think there's frustration. I think that a lot of the female boxers are happy to see what Claressa has been able to accomplish, because surely that gives them, you know, call it the hope, right? Hey, I can do this too. Maybe they personally think they're more skillful and more deserving, but what she's talking about, that hate, like that, I think some of that is genuine. They just don't like her because, come on, she's made some Twitter postings that are like, what are you saying? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it almost makes it hard to cheer for her sometimes.
Sometimes it does, you know? Right? But I think that just going back to the earlier comment, I think that a lot of the hate is actually not to her, it's the system. I think women are frustrated. I think that they are excited to see what we've seen just even in the last 12, 18 months in female boxing, but surely there's still some frustration. You know, doors need to continue to open for people, right? This is women. What we're seeing on television. So just think about boxing in general, right? Like, we only see, let's say, 10% of all of boxing in the world, right? And the majority of that is men's boxing. So when we talk women's boxing, I mean, that is what we're seeing is but a mustard seed of the population right now, right? There's so much more growth that needs to happen in the sport for women. I don't know, that's just my thought. Yeah.
I just want to say something.
True. Please
okay,
do.
So the Hammer fight.
All-knowing G Styles.
Christina Hammer doesn't even have a 50% knockout ratio. Compared to Savannah Marshall, she's a pillow puncher. All right.
Right.
That's all. Like, I'm telling you right now, I think people are sleeping on Savannah. It's not just the power; it's a combination of everything. So let's go step by step. Boxing skills, I would give the advantage to Claressa. The question is by how much. Like, if Claressa's a 10. No, but real quick, Claressa Shield. Let's say we give her a 10. Right? I think that's a little too generous, you know, but let's give her a 10.
Yeah.
Savannah's what, a 7?
I really feel like you do not like Claressa.
7? No, like
I'm just being honest. I feel like you do not.
Okay, like so no, like I'm giving her a 10 in skill. I'm trying to hit home a point just really quick.
Okay.
So she's better than Savannah in skill wise, but by how much?
Okay.
Is it a mile? Is it like by that much for real? Because like the other girl's an Olympian, has a win over her in the amateur. She can't be that bad. And that Claressa Shields ended up winning a gold medal. Not like so. But it's not like
Savannah win. The Savannah win
in the World Championships, not at the Olympics, but it is what it is, right? I mean, it's the same tournament. It's the same. We're fighting the same people. I mean, you know. No, but here's the thing.
Same people, little different pressure. I don't know.
Sure. Okay, cool. And then but now power. How big is that gap? Because
I guess we have to consider, like I said, the opposition. Who have they both fought?
That's not my opinion. She can't crack an egg. That's not my opinion. That's what the stats show. The
Did you say
stats
she
don't
can't crack
matter.
an egg? Is that what you said?
I mean, it's a metaphor, but what I'm saying is, compared to Marshall, she can't crack an egg. She has polymoronage power.
This was at 25 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay. Right.
But
I mean, it's because I think so.
What Chris is saying, the opposition, who have they stood in front of? Who have they fought? What is the knockout ratio?
They have the last opponent was a common opponent.
What the media or fans, I think what we are seeing. So to D-Style's point, just on the PowerPoint, they are making it out like she is this like huge, big knockout puncher, you know, like
no, who, Clarissa?
Yes,
or
like that is what they're making it. That is what they're making it seem like, though. Yeah, right. That's what people are making. We all know. We all know she's not right. But for other fans, otherwise, like, you know, that's what they're making it. That's what they're making it seem. So, I don't know. We'll see. Just want to make that
confidence play a role. Does confidence play a role? I mean, they both seem equally confident that they're going to win. Yeah. Does that play a role?
I don't know, because the press conference, Savannah Marshall did not really look that confident to me, in my opinion.
Right.
She did.
Yeah, in the beginning she didn't. She did. In the beginning she did.
But she looked what?
She looked scared as fuck.
Scared? Okay.
Yeah, she did. I'm just giving my opinion on the assessment that I, you know, of the things that I saw, and she looked spooked. I don't know if she was just like her mind wasn't there or whatever, but she just looked like she just didn't look. She didn't look confident.
I think what the whole she's a big knockout puncher deal is there, but I also think, you know, the amateur incident situation, I think, is what a lot of people are going off of as well. So they're looking at this as Clarissa being that only loss, right? The only ding on the record. Like, people are seeing it that way as an amateur, right? And they think that, then that means she must know exactly what to do to go in and beat her, you know, again, in this now professional setting. That I think is what's also leaning a lot of people towards Clarissa.
These are great. Okay, so World Combat Sports. Hello, how are you, my brother? Savannah has KO'd 2 common opponents of Shields, but means nothing if you can't touch what you can't see. Yeah, but then Lee again. Here's another good comment. But
I mean, that's why
Clarissa
people
has big. But what Clarissa has big over Marshall is experience and the quality of the competition, and that's what I'm saying. The quality of competition and
who are these quality opponents?
Comparison to Savannah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to like dig a little bit, but I'm just saying, and she has the more experience. I mean, she's been a pro longer than she has.
I mean, I don't want to make it seem like she's had this long career fighting all these great fighters. I mean, look, I'll give her Franchon Cruz. I'll give her I just mentioned her name.
You know,
Hammer. Okay, Gabriel's. I'll give her those 3. But other than that, the French girl from Canada, like that she won the distance with. Am I supposed to give her credit for that girl?
No,
because I saw her fight. I was embarrassed to see her. Okay, fight that Mexican chick who didn't know how to fight, and that was a championship fight. Okay, and she didn't even look impressive in that fight. So I'm not going to give her credit for that. The truth is, she's not going to knock out Marshall. I think we can all agree with that. She's going to have to outbox her in those 10 rounds.
I'm not sure that she'll knock her. I don't think that she'll knock her.
She's not a knockout.
I think it's going to go to the I think it's going to go to the scorecard. I really
disagree in this case because it's about boxing, about margin of errors. You fight a puncher like this who's a boxer puncher who can hang with you a little bit in the boxing department, keep in the pocket long enough. I don't believe this whole she's untouchable. I just don't believe it. I mean, I just don't think
Clarissa,
she's untouchable like that.
In your opinion, is she getting knocked out?
Yeah, I do think.
Well, let me say what I'm going to say. So one,
you don't like to keep those receipts. I'm just saying.
This is great. I mean, look. I mean, it's all good. We're all wrong and right about predictions. But what I'm trying to say is this. Savannah Marshall, all right, presents a threat in this way. The margin of error has dropped dramatically. All she has to punch with Clarissa in the pocket, and I believe she has enough skill to keep her in the pocket to do that. I honestly do believe that. Right? So Clarissa is not necessarily like I saw somebody compared to Shakur. Like Clarissa's not Shakur good. I'm sorry. Like she's not that good. You know what I mean? Like she's good, but now she's gonna face someone who could punch hard, does not need to win rounds against her, but the trajectory of the fight could change if she starts feeling that power. Mark my words, halfway through that fight, Clarissa Shields going to be resorting to one punch at a time. She's going to be coming in with one punch and getting the hell out of there because there's going to be something firing back, right? She's used to overwhelming girls with her speed and her superior boxing skills. She's not going to overwhelm Savannah like that. I just don't believe that.
I think I don't know about Clarissa Shields getting knocked out. So because like I know you were asking D-Style that, but
she's not gonna get knocked out.
Like
she's not gonna get knocked out.
Ooh, look at this D-Style.
I don't know about that, but I will tell you, I do think that she might get hurt. You know, I do think that she might get hurt. If you think about
$20 on it, I'll put $20 on it.
$20 bucks. Okay. That's not confident. Right. Putting $20 is not confident.
Well, I'm supposed to put my whole bank account on a boxing fight. Like like
$20. That's
why not?
That's not even
$24.99.
Hey, that's like 1/6 of a tank of gas. All right.
Right.
You're not confident that she's gonna get knocked out. If you just want to bet $20. $20. Come on.
Look, all I gotta say is this: if I'm gonna bet in the casino. Right, because I'm gonna have the odds in my favor, right?
There you go.
So what I'm saying is, okay. So look,
$20.
People laughed. Let me just say that people laughed when Tarver said he was gonna knock out Roy Jones. They laughed. Were they laughing when he was knocked the fuck out? No. Were they laughing? Mm-mm. Everybody was laughing at the thought that Marcus could knock out Manny Pacquiao. Were they laughing when he knocked him out? I don't think people were laughing. Right? So when Savannah Marshall knocks out Clarissa Shields, no one's going to laugh. You know why?
Because it's not going to happen.
Because it's not meant to be funny. That's why. Like this is very real. All you got to put the switch out, right? And anybody could get knocked out. No one is so good that we can't picture them getting knocked out. Nobody.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I agree. No, I agree. And just
we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have like a morning. It's gonna be like morning on here. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna feel. It's gonna be this grim.
You are
feeling.
We'll get through it. You might be going through the morning.
We'll be fine.
I can't wait.
But I just wanted
even
to
though Nancy's still on the fans.
Second. To Clarissa's statement, I know some women in boxing are jealous AF of me. So all I wanted to say on that was, you know what, we as women support our women. We support our men as well too. But we're so happy that she's getting this platform. We're so happy that she's finally going to fight Marshall. And we're so freaking happy that Michaela and Baumgardner are going to fight. Honey, to me, this is the fight that I want to see. D-Styles, I'm going to start with you because usually it's ladies first, but we're going to do gentlemen first. What do you think about that matchup?
I think, man, I've been going back and forth with this one. So I think Michaela Mayer's going to pull it off. I think she's going to win.
Why and how?
I think she has the better amateur pedigree. I think she has shown to be very versatile. I mean, she could box on the inside, the outside. I think she has really good body work. Probably one of the best body punchers in the women's ranks, in my opinion. And that's kind of rare, like to see someone who was in the amateurs for so long and they're really good on the inside. I think her coach has her on check. I think she listens to her corner. Yeah. I'm not saying Baumgardner doesn't, but I will say this though. Yeah. I will say this: it's going to be a tough fight. Like I don't like. It's going to be a really tough fight. And in Baumgardner, if she catches her clean, she could wipe her out too. Like it is possible.
Well, I mean, we saw Amadouche catch her clean many times.
Amaru doesn't punch as hard as Mayor, but yeah.
How do we know that?
How do we know? Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it's an opinion. It's an opinion, but
you said like it was fact though.
Well, it's an opinion. I mean, it's all, none of this is facts. Like when we talk about fights that haven't happened, none of it is facts. Well, we're just giving our opinion. But I just think Bumgarner's dangerous. But I'm gonna go with McKilla though.
Okay, all right, okay. Nika, what do you think about this matchup and what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight, like no other. I feel like if Baumgartner would catch her, I don't know. I just feel like the Hamaduchi fight for Michaela let me know that she could take a punch, and because she was punches, they were going at it, like
exactly.
You know, so I don't know.
I saw her differently.
If Baumgartner's going in and banking on a knockout or going in there, that's not gonna work. Like I feel like you know, Mayer definitely has the experience to go in that fight and work around that. So, you know, it's a 50 fight for me. I really don't know, you know, but I don't see her knocking Michaela out. Like, I feel like Michaela's been in there, like, in the trenches, like, taking punches that look like they should have knocked her out, but she ate those things, like, you know, like candy. And I was just like, ooh. So I think that was like the fight of the year, right? She ate those things like candy.
It should have been if it wasn't. Absolutely.
You know, I'm sorry if I missed this.
No, you're next.
But you know, part of like what I'm liking about this fight, just the energy, because I do like Mayer. I like that they make the fight happen. So, you know, first and foremost, you know, whatever they took, the offer you can't refuse situation, I think that's great. But if and this is where y'all can, you know, keep me honest, but I think that this is her like UK debut, right? So
yes.
So I think
being in the ring,
yes. So I think that's pretty cool for her. You know, there's that energy too, you know, just because it is the debut for her in the UK. She's never fought there, which I think is great. And then I do remember reading somewhere where she mentioned that she's also excited because I think this is the first time that she's actually like call it the stage, right? That she's sharing the stage with Clarissa. And I think they were in the Olympics together, right?
Team USA. Team USA together.
I think so I think there's like a lot of just on her end, also just a lot of that positive hype and, you know, energy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
She did like Baumgartner. I was gonna say she destroyed Harper. I have questions about Harper if she was struggling to make the weight. But I'm just gonna take it for face value though. Like she looked extremely impressive in that fight.
She did. She really did. She did look impressive, and that was the first time that I really actually saw her look impressive. And hate me or not, but that was the first fight that I was like, okay. But then again, I was thinking about the opposition and what they were going through, and I'm like, I still want to see more. I need to see more. I have seen, you know, Mayer in some wars, and I've seen her box, and I've seen her bang, and I've seen her take shots. And then, you know, most of us in the boxing world know Coach Al, who's a freaking genius. I mean, you talk to him for 5 minutes, and you like, you know, get all this knowledge. And then Kay Karoma, and then I know that you know, Red has also worked with her in between sometimes, and the girl is surrounded by greatness.
She's
she's surrounded with greatness, and I think there's a real disdain. There's some real hate. Sometimes, you know, people do it for show, but I think there's some real disdain there, and after I saw, you know, Mayer with Amadouche, I was like, okay, now I'm seeing what she's really made of. I thought she was talented. I knew she was talented. I knew she could box. But after that performance, I was like, bring it. So I definitely have Mayer for that one. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. This is such a good fight for all those reasons. I'm rooting for her as well.
Eddie
that last performance was I was impressed. And you talked about the corner. I did love seeing that dynamic with her in the corner.
Oh yeah.
You could just tell. I mean, there is a click, right? There is like
absolutely.
just that togetherness that we got it.
The father. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I hadn't thought about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
And that makes a big difference. It really does. You know, it really does. Box Talk 101, Baumgartner's promoter is Eddie Hearn. Which, I mean, that's a good thing. You know, that's really, really a good thing. So I guess Ariane says that Harper was weight drained, and now she wants to fight Rankin at 154. Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah, Shoeshine says Michaela will win. She makes my computer's tripping. Makes fantastic adjustments, and I think she does too. She does.
It's that experience.
It is.
I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah, I just like she just.
It is.
It is that experience like that. She. You can just tell.
Yeah.
This one was an easier one for me.
And we're going like in the pattern of women boxing, and I want to talk about Franchon Cruz. In y'all's opinion, and I'll start with you, Nancy. Does she get enough recognition and enough? I don't know. I just feel like. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what I feel like, but what do you think about Franchon Cruz? Is she getting her due diligence in this boxing world? I mean, she's undisputed. Like, wow. What do you think about that?
I know what you're asking. I know what you mean by that question too. I can't find the words, but maybe I'll find them later. So I do think that she is getting overlooked. She had such a great performance. And you look at her record, you just look at, it's all there. But what is it that perhaps the marketability of the person, I feel like maybe that is, let's not call it an issue, but a reason for why maybe she doesn't get a lot of the props that she should be getting, right? So when you think of all the fighters we've been talking about on the show, right? Mm-hmm. Clarissa and Savannah, and I feel like their brand and marketability is a lot higher than it is. And I can't pinpoint what it is. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's because maybe she doesn't lend herself as much to the media. Maybe I feel like she does, right? I don't know what it is.
She's been on our show.
I know. I just that's why I'm like I don't know. I don't know. I know what you mean though. I kind of need to think about that one because I hadn't thought about it. And you're right. I do think that she gets overlooked. Yeah,
because we're gonna come back around. D Styles. I mean, is Franchon getting her just glory? I mean. Or is she just supposed to like, hey, you got all the belts, just sit there and hold them, and you should be happy with that? Like, what do you think about that situation?
Here's so what I haven't said anything. I just feel like
stand-up comic.
Look, give her like obviously accomplishments are accomplishments. She's the undisputed champion. Right, but can we be? Can I be honest?
Like, of course, that's all we do.
It's like is it the same as like Devin Haney becoming undisputed? Is it really the same? Is it the same as Jermell being undisputed? Like, is it really the same level?
I mean, they're meeting
the title's the same
opposition for who they are, and they're all working out and doing the same thing and having to go through everything. It's just that these are females over here and these are males. It is the same.
I think like I agree that it's the same in terms of the title, the accomplishment, and I'm not even saying she shouldn't get credit for being undisputed. That's not what I'm saying. But the reason she's not getting the attention and the lore and all that is because of the level of opposition, and we're just honest for a moment, right? Like that's what it is.
So, but is she fighting all the top opposition for being a female in her weight class?
Yes, but unfortunately,
or is she avoiding anyone? So unfortunately,
she's not avoiding anybody.
Right. Okay.
She's not avoiding anybody. She's not doing anything wrong. It's not her. It's everything around her.
Okay.
Like I try, like
no, it's because I know.
Wait.
So what you're trying to say, D-Style, like that's what I'm trying to just find. I think a bit of the word. So Lee mentions this in the comments. You know that because going back to the marketability piece, that she would be easy to market. Okay, because she's an extrovert. You know, we like her, and a lot of people that we know and hear and interviewed, and it's like trying to understand and pinpoint. Then why has that investment not been there for her? And the thing is that it's the fans, I think. Where is the fan base for that, you know, media promotion of her as such that she is this champion?
I feel like that when she was with Golden Boy, they did not promote her the way that she should have been promoted.
No.
They didn't expect her to do the things that she did, and they didn't want to push her like they should have pushed her, because when I forgot the name of her opponent that she lost to, but it was was voted up.
Started with an A. She was
Alexandria something.
Yes.
She was on fucking steroids, and she won the fight, and then it was overturned. But like, you know, I feel like that put like a little stinger in her career, because it like stalled a lot of things that should have been going on. But I feel like Golden Boy wasn't happy that Alexandria
Jimenez.
Jimenez. Alexandria Jimenez didn't that she popped dirty, because I feel like they were ready to get on that train and push Jimenez out there, but they weren't like that for Franchon. So, you know, they didn't have no plans for her. They didn't expect her to win that fight. She didn't win the fight because the girl was popped dirty. And then when it was overturned, they didn't have a plan for her, so they didn't push her. They didn't give her fights. They didn't do anything.
They held it for a while.
The WBC was like very adamant. Like she was facing the sanctioning body and everything. I think one way that I believe she could get attention and all that is, I think her and Gabriel should fight. I think that's what should happen.
You know, this is the thing.
That's a good fight.
It is a good fight, but this is the thing. It's like this girl has done everything she was supposed to do. She too was on Team USA. She trains every day. That's her weight class. Her weight class is 168. She fought everybody that she needed to fight to be undisputed. And people, well, but if you were lighter, or well, if you would fight this girl and that girl, no, she did everything that she was supposed to do. And I believe she promotes herself so well.
Yeah,
she makes sure that she's always in your face. She has one of, in my opinion, the best managers, Peter Kahn, and they have made moves. And it's like, but still, she doesn't get the credit that she deserves, because there's all these butts involved. You know, away with the butts. They stink. You know,
look,
it's like,
can you highlight that?
Does she have the same following? Does she have the same following as some of the?
Right there.
Have we made some of the same? I'm sorry. I'm rambling.
No.
Does she have the same following as the other fighters we've been talking about?
Well, no, I wanted to actually hit the comment where Ronnie Bravo said, "Are you sure that was a woman?" When they interviewed her,
Jimenez
after the fight that she beat Franchon, she sounded like Barry White, and I knew right there she was on fucking testosterone. I was like, "There's no way this girl is not on steroids. There's no way." Her voice was deep. Her voice was deeper than Barry White. I was like, "Oh my god, this lady is fucking. She is a fucking man right now. She's loaded with testosterone. There's no way she's gonna pop dirty. She's gonna pop dirty, and then boom, she popped dirty." I actually went back and forth with her fiance at the time, because she was like, "No, my fiance is clean. Her B step was gonna come back clean," and then when she came back dirty, she disappeared. She disappeared.
I didn't just to add to I didn't like how Mauricio Suleiman made it about something it wasn't. Like, oh, everyone's attacking her because she's different, and like we should support her.
I didn't
and
like that.
Her wanting to
stop, it wasn't that. She can be different, but yeah.
Look, what about the Christina Hammer fight against Cruz? That's a good fight.
I mean, it's a good fight, but let me ask.
There's some fights for her.
But let me ask you this, D-Style. And I'm going to go around the panel. I have a 2-part question. One, does Franchon have the it factor? And whether it's yes or no, what is the it factor for you as a boxing fan that wants to see these women boxing?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that.
So the first question, does
she have the it factor?
Have the it factor?
Well, okay, so let me just. So no, I don't think she has the it factor, and I'll tell you why. Because if she had the it factor, she'd be a star right now.
Okay, everybody knows you personally. You personally. So who has the it factor, and what is it? Like, why does whoever you think have the it factor have it? Who has the it factor for you?
Today in boxing, like,
and don't say
nobody. You know what I mean? Like, nobody. I'll be honest. I don't think any of these boxers today have an it factor. Maybe Canelo. That's about it.
Women boxers.
Any of the women?
We're talking women. This is a woman show. We're talking women today.
Okay. Christy Martin had the it factor. I know she's retired. I know she's long gone, but she had an it factor about her. Like people just gravitated towards her, And today, oh man, I don't think you're not gonna like the answer, but I don't think any of these women have an it factor like that.
Okay.
Like like Ann Wolf had an it factor about her.
Okay.
But I don't know right now. Like, look, I think we have these women are far more skilled than those women in the past. Mm-hmm. They're more talented, right? I think, and maybe it's unfair, and maybe they just haven't gotten the exposure and all that. I get it, right? It's possible Nicola Mayer could have the it factor. Alicia Baumgartner, believe it or not, I think may have the it factor as well.
Shoeshine Boxing says, I mean, this is a hard discussion because obviously sex appeal still sells. So when you're talking,
I'm not going to say the blonde bomber.
Are you talking about the sex appeal, or is it something else that was the it factor?
No, because look. Was Christy Martin like in bikinis and all that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Neither was Ann Wolf. Layla Ali really didn't do that. I think she had an it factor, probably because of her dad, but still, like.
Yeah, he was definitely the big it. Yeah, for sure.
So if Alicia Baumgartner knocks out Mayer, she could become a star.
What if Clarissa? What if Mayer knocks out Baumgartner? Will she have the it factor for you?
Maybe.
Okay.
And you know what? And I'll just say it just really quick. I'm sorry. If Shields goes out there and puts on a boxing clinic and embarrasses Marshall in 10 rounds, I mean, you might have to say she's got that it factor.
Okay. Nika, does Franchon have the it factor? And if not, who does?
I feel like she does, but you have to have a promotional company behind you to push you and put you out there and do their job. And when she was with Golden Boy, they weren't doing that. So I hate that, but it's just being real. The it factor now is women being extra sexy, and that, to me, that's not the it factor. But for other people that is that, because that's what sells fights for the men to watch women's boxing. But to me, because I'm a female, that's not the it factor for me. Because when you put blonde bomber out there, and she says she has a it factor, it's just because she's selling fake boobs and doing the most. I wouldn't put her the it factor over Franchon. Franchon's put in the work. She has a personality. She has charisma. She has confidence. Yeah, she just didn't have the back the backup from
she's doing all solo
promotional company or the big machine behind her to push her. She had it there, but they weren't doing their job. So that's just my.
But Nancy, before you answer this, 1-2 Kid said I like Jessica McCaskill. Cannibal for Men said McCaskill, that old school dog Caskilla. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know the it factor. Is it because I am not the biggest fan when she's in the ring as far as her style, but we'll get back to that. And I'm gonna want to know what in the comments, what is the it factor about her that you like? Maybe her looks, maybe I don't know.
But her manager, and he's a manager too, right? The boyfriend,
boyfriend.
The coach, yeah, the coach. He had commented on a post that Mayor had posted saying like it was her birthday or whatever, and then Baumgartner had reposted it saying, "Oh, let's wish her 40th birthday," something like that. And then he had chimed in and started laughing. And then Mayor was just like, your girl and your fighter
is literally almost
shut up,
40.
And she was like, "Shut up, bitch." He told him to shut up, bitch, and I almost lost it.
That,
was like, your fighter is 37. Shut up, bitch.
Mayor is definitely hood when she needs to be. Trust me.
When she said that,
she don't play. Yeah, she's something else.
When he started laughing and she checked him, I was on
like yeah. Before you speak, think. Nancy, does Franchon have the it factor for you?
No, this is what I kickstarted the comment about the marketability piece. It's that there's something missing. Like she's putting in, she's social, visible on her end, is willing to but something is missing. What is that? The it to me, I think like a Ceniza. Ceniza. I always call her Ceniza, but Ceniza.
She to me, Ceniza. That it's Ceniza.
Yes, I know. I know.
Telling you, Nancy.
She was talking to me because I kept saying Ceniza, but I just had a hard time. I had a hard time accepting Ash as her name. So anyway, Ceniza to me has the it factor. That to me is an example of it, right? Where it's her developing her brand, and she works on her brand, right? I know I've heard from her team directly, that you see the posts and, a lot of them are sponsored, but she's putting herself out there and, she does have, her kind of defined, I think, what she'll do, not do. And I don't know. I think Ceniza is an example of that. What can Franchon do? She's already doing so much of what we need to see. Right, but I think
be out there in a thong.
We don't need that. No, because Ceniza doesn't do that.
Right.
Like Ceniza doesn't do that. Right.
But like if she pick and choose what they want the female fighter.
Yeah, like if she she does get sponsored by like a bathing suit company, so then she has to post a piece in a bathing suit, but she's not promoting herself as such like some of the other fighters have. Right. I don't think Franchon needs to do that.
I think she's great. I think she's
great. I think that's a page there is what needs to be taken to help Franchon, because I like her. I didn't know her before just even recent fights, and then getting to know her by watching some of her old fights, and then her recent victory to me was awesome, and especially because she has a story behind everybody has a story, right? But just like her path is like just so interesting, just that fighter in and out of the ring type of deal. Like it's all there. Maybe she just does need like PR direction to get her on the social media, to get her to start really defining what her brand is. You think about the rest of the female boxers we've talked about, we could probably spend another hour and we can define each of their brands. Like, what is their brand, right? One of them, it's be in bikinis, right? And do this and that. The other one is maybe just talking smack. All of them have a brand, regardless of what it is. What is her brand? I don't know that that's been defined. And I think that's challenging to sell because it's professional boxing and you got to sell tickets, right? And to sell, you got to have the following. So how does her following compare to these other women boxers?
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of female boxers doing the most lately, and they haven't even won the last 3 fights.
Yeah, that's a whole other, right? Yeah, I know.
You're posting your feet, you're posting your feet online. And
right.
And you're posting links saying it's an OnlyFans link, showing you like an ass with
girlfriend.
And I'm talking about Sule.
I know,
because I don't beat around the bush. She's doing the most. She hasn't even won the last 3 fights. You're doing all that. You haven't even won your last 3 fights. Posting your raggedy feet online, girl. Goodbye. I cannot. Like, that's, to me, that's not it factor. To me, that's doing too much. Like, that takes away from women's boxing. Like, you shouldn't have to do all that to sell yourself for women's boxing. I hate that women feel like they have to do that, but I mean, to me, like, she's doing it, but it's not even working. Like, if you were doing it and it was working and you were getting fights, like the Blonde Bomber, it works for her. Like, she's selling sex and it's working for her. But like Sulem, she's selling sex and it's not getting her anything. So like, go another round.
I was gonna say this. I was gonna bring up the Blonde Bomber. Like, even though she does all these stuff, right? And I'm not saying she doesn't market herself or whatever, but I don't think she has the it factor. If she did, she'd be a megastar at this point. Like,
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But she's part of her spiel is selling sex, and it has gotten her into fights, into championship fights and stuff that she wouldn't have gotten any other way if it wasn't for that. So, in my opinion, so
I think the reason why I think, and I have a different lens I'm looking through. The reason why I think Franchon does have the it is because I have personally followed her journey. Like, I have seen her in the amateurs, and I've seen her come up, and I see her. She was on what was it, the show to be a singer? What was it back in the day? I forget. Like,
American Idol.
Seen American Idol auditions, and I've seen
I don't know anything about that show.
Through, what I'm saying is I've seen the journey. I've seen her work so hard to get to where she is. So it's like, I'm like, she, to me, if you look at her and you look at her journey, and then she does all the DIY, whatever. I don't do stuff like where you make like dressers and you make your own stuff, your own clothes. She makes her own
DIY
uniforms.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, DIY. She does boxing outfits for fighters too. Can I address this comment on the screen that you had up there? Like a double Sanders munch. The one that says like a double Sanders munch. Oh, I don't follow Joshua because of his sex appeal or anything like that, and I don't feel like that's what his spiel. I don't feel like he's selling sex to be a big fighter. So I don't even know why you address me with that. And what I was saying is that people like Sulem, she tries to sell sex, but it don't work for her. Like, she's not getting anything out of it. So try another avenue. It's not working. You lost your last 3 fights. You're pushing sex, and nobody takes you serious. Nobody takes you serious. So, and to compare her to Anthony Joshua, to me, to me, he don't sell sex to me. I follow him as a boxer. I don't even look at him like selling sex. Like, oh, he's trying to sell us sex. Let's watch him in boxing. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
No.
So the only thing I'll say to that,
let me finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me finish my thought. Okay, so for me, looking at her, I have seen her journey. I have seen all of this. And then I have finally seen her get to the ultimate goal. For me, she is an example for many young women and young men across the world to where, you know what? I've had to jump through these hoops. I've had to do this. I've had to do that. I've had shit happen in my life, but I am still on top of the mountain. I did exactly what I set out to do. And that's all I wanted to say. So for me, yes, she has that it factor. And I'm sorry that she doesn't have the team around her. I wish she had somebody helping her, but she does it on her own. To me, that's freaking motivation. That's somebody that says, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's it, period. But that's my spiel. What are we going to say, Nancy?
No, I think, so yes to all of that for boxing fans, right? It's how do you make what you just said is your reason? How do you make that her brand to then make her more it factor to the larger percentage of ticket buyers, which are casual boxing fans, right? That is the kicker, is getting someone. And that's where, you bring in PR to take what you just said and turn that into what's going to sell her and sell tickets more, and then therefore get her to what we've been talking about that she really does deserve. Because I agree with you, and I like her for all the same reasons. What I was going to say earlier is, yes, I will confirm Nika is not the one to just watch a boxing match or follow a boxer simply because of. However, we do know. I'm not necessarily like saying I'm backing up, this person here, but we do see. It's like, it's like a Justin Bieber flock of girls when Ryan is somewhere, and the majority of his following is that, right? And we also do see it with some of the Tanks and, Rolly Shakur's. So is it out there? Yes. Is it any one of us here? No. But is it out there? Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah, but for Ryan, it works for him. Like, he does get the fans, he does get the fights. Like, for Sulem, that sexy suit that she's trying to push, it don't work for her. It don't work for her.
Yeah. Ryan gets people who don't even care if he boxes or no he boxes.
When's the last time she fought? How many fights have she won in the last 3 fights? None. So try another avenue. Try to work harder in the gym. Y'all already know I don't like her, so I don't give a fuck. So I'm just saying, like, to me, it ain't working. You like
maybe she can go to American Idol
on social media. And what does your feet have to do with boxing, girl? Go in the gym and work harder. Stop posting feet on there, trying to get these pervs on there, and then cry when the pervs come to your page about your feet. She's like, oh my god, these people are like. All these pervs in my thing, I'm gonna touch my feet. Bitch, you fucking posted your feet and then hashtag foot fetish. It's not working for you. You're not getting the fights. For a blonde bomber, it was working for her. She was getting the fight. She got a championship fight. Like, it was working for her. If it ain't working for you, change it up. That's my opinion.
That's true. I mean, I can't argue with you, girl. That's you're not lying. You are not lying. And okay, so we said that
oh, you know who Sulem is, Steven. You know who Sulem is, Steven. You know exactly who she is, because she be doing the most. And she don't get the fights. She do all that and she don't get the fights, man. She don't get and then when she do get the opportunity, she don't win the fights. So if you're gonna push sexy, win the fights and get the fights. Like, girl. I wouldn't be posting my feet and then not even giving money for it. You're not even getting money for the feet. No fight for the feet.
So
no,
we've been talking about women, but I'm just gonna drop a few men fights that are coming up, and we'll just give them, a minute or two. We love our men, but we've been talking about women. This is the women's show today, talking all women boxers. But so I had seen Jake Paul and Tyson Fury was off, and Hakeem Rahman Jr. is taking his place. Lisa, what do you think about that? Are you interested in that fight? Do you think Jake Paul has been really training? Is he getting better? Is he ready for this fight? What say you?
Look, I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers, but look, I respect their grind. I respect that they're working hard. But man, like Rahman Jr. should win that fight. I don't see why he wouldn't win that fight, to be honest with you. But is it really going to happen? I'm not sure. There's something tells me that fight's going to get canceled before it happens. I honestly, something's going to happen. I do believe that. Yeah.
Nika, what do you think? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, Ronnie Bravo says it works for Ryan because he hadn't been fighting the killers. If he does, he won't be so attracted to these girls. Yes, he will. Because you'll be like, oh, pobrecito, he got beat up. Let me take care of you.
Like, they genuinely like him. Like, so they genuinely like him. But for
that might up his
it don't
stock,
work for her.
Honestly.
It don't work for her. To me, in my opinion, she don't sell sexy well because it didn't get her the fights and it didn't get her the wins. To me, it falls short. So, I mean, I could think I'm a hater. I really don't give two fucks. I don't care. I don't care for her. So when she's doing all that extra shit, I'd be like, "Oh, she posting feet, and you're not even fighting, girl. Goodbye."
So what about Jake Paul and this Hasim Rahman fight? What do you think about that?
Wait. Can I answer that? I'm sorry because you put this thing on the thing. Okay, I want to read it because I don't have my glasses on, but I'm on the screen.
Which one?
Michael always hating on women who promote their looks, but is most the other female on the channel.
I didn't even see
that.
I
don't. I hate Sulem.
I didn't see that anywhere. She's not always hating on women.
I'm hating on Sulem because I had a beef with her. So
be
mad about it. I don't give two fucks. I don't think she's cute, and I don't think that her style is sexy works. When was her last fight? Tell me, King Jimbo. When was her last fight? When was her last win, King Jimbo? When was her last win? Okay, exactly. Wait, when you get that information, get back to me. All right.
Cannibal for Man agrees with you. Okay, Sulem, you're right. Naka ain't working you. She just gave you more pub than OnlyFans feet pics. I don't know what pub is, but okay. I'm not hip to those words. So what do you
feet pics because her feet ain't even cute.
What about Jake Paul? Is he gonna beat Hasim Rahman? When is Hasim fought? When's the last time he fought?
Is that fight gonna have in the contract? By the way,
I mean, is it gonna happen?
Knock him out?
Yeah.
Her last one was in 2020. Yeah. Oh my god!
And this is only happening because of the Fury fight falling through, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like for the sake of this and the Jake conversation, and we're calling boxing. Okay, so I think that it was so hyped, and there's now just a following that wants to watch this now, right? Like it's make it happen because the dad's been talking smack and like all that kind of sell behind this Fury fight. I feel like wouldn't it be best to just try to find some type of neutral ground somewhere where the fight can happen, make it happen, versus taking, I guess because it fell through to save money, like they still want to make something happen. I don't know. Y'all tell me because I've been kind of out of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was out of it too. I heard it fell through. Then I heard the Hasim Rahman fight was going on. Boxing Talk 101 was saying, I'm sorry, no, Cannibal for Men was saying Raheem last fight, he got slept. I've seen him get slept too in the amateurs. I don't think he was as great as his dad was. So honestly, I think it's an even matchup if it happens. I do like what Jake has done for women's boxing. What? What
did he do for women's boxing?
Well, I mean, what did he do?
He helped promote Amanda Serrano. No, he
exactly. I mean, that was a huge card, and she was the headliner. And I mean, Katie Taylor, that was a huge matchup.
I mean, like Eddie Hearn couldn't promote that without him. Like he needed Jake Paul. I don't think he needed Jake Paul to promote that fight.
Well, maybe he
wasn't. It wasn't his promotional company.
Been involved.
His promotional company wasn't in the ground selling out Madison Square Garden. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think he did good for Amanda Serrano. Like, I don't think he's done good for women's boxing in general. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, he's on the right path, in my opinion. Before, me, I didn't even want to mention his name on here, but now, like after what he did with Amanda and Katie Taylor, I was like, okay, well, maybe this is going to be something that he's going to be getting into. And then he does have to fight every now and then. I mean, the money still has to keep coming in, but I respected that. I respected that he did that. I mean, they were on a huge stage, Madison Square Garden, main event. Like that was freaking phenomenal. Did Eddie need him? Not necessarily, but would Eddie have done it had it not been for Jake? I don't know. We don't know.
Well, I think he's good as a promoter, but I don't personally like him as a fighter. So
right.
Exactly. He does know how to talk shit and get people going. Like he's a good promoter, but to me, I'm not a fan of him boxing. So I hope that he gets knocked out. And just being honest, I want him to get humbled. I don't care. I want him to get humbled. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would like for it to happen. And I just think he just needs to focus on being a promoter because I think he does a good job at that.
I do have one question about Hasim Rahman Jr. He's a heavyweight.
Okay.
Is he gonna have to come down all the way down to 200? Like, is there a weight limit?
I mean, that's a good question. Yeah,
he's weighing in 230, 225. So it'll be interesting to see what the contracted weight, if there is one, will be.
Right.
Wait, you gotta post. No. You gotta post that. You gotta post that comment from Cannabis for Men where it says he's talking about these style.
I mean, I just thought he was just like the B-side to the promotion.
No, but look how he changed. Look how he put your name.
It's all good.
Wait a minute.
He can be put D and then discredit.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh God,
that was somewhere.
Clever. That was clever.
I did see that. And me, I mean, I have my glasses on. I'm still blind. That's sad.
I don't have my glasses on, so I definitely.
I'll just say I was mad at Jake at Jake for making me like him.
Yeah, exactly.
I only like him as a promoter. That's it. Yeah, only as a promoter.
That's what I'm saying. I liked what he did. I liked what he did. So, and then we got word Virgil Ortiz versus Mckinson, August 6th.
Yeah, on the 6th.
Fort Worth, Nancy. Fort Worth.
I know. I made the last one, so
Colorado, but yeah,
I'm gonna try to take my son this time.
That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then my guy Alex Martin will be fighting Hank Lundy, so I'm excited about that. Oh, okay, we're gonna have our last words, but before we do, I have to give a huge shout out to Richard Torres, our silver medalist in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He came to camp with us. We were in camp for 3 weeks. He is giving back to Team USA. He was helping our heavyweights, our super heavies. He was training with them, motivating them, speaking with them, giving them nuggets of knowledge, being a great example to all of our new kids, young adults that are coming up through the program. And I just have to give him a huge shout out because I won't name names, but I will say that there have been other past Olympians that have been asked to come back in camp and give back to the kids, and they have not, but Richard did. So shout out to Richard for that.
That's awesome.
Yes, he's
that's awesome. And I think he was doing that. He found the time while he's training for his next fight, right?
Yes, he's got
for Top Rank.
Yes,
yep. So how awesome is that? Like, not only is he giving back, like he's being so unselfish, he's also finding the time during his busy time training. That's great.
Wait a minute. You gotta put that comment back up. Talking about my ghetto vibes.
Hold on.
My ghetto
Which
vibes.
one, King Jimbo?
Yeah, what's ghetto about me? Because I'm just speaking my opinion. What's ghetto about me?
Okay,
what is ghetto about me?
Jimbo, you're about to get it.
What is ghetto about me?
You're about
what
to
the fuck
get
is ghetto about me? Like, seriously, do you even have a fucking no? Of course you don't have a profile picture, of course. But I'm ghetto because I spoke my mind and my opinion. I'm ghetto. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
Keep being you, boo. Keep being you. You're awesome.
Doing the most ghetto vibes. Oh my god, yo. Oh my god.
Boxing Talk 101 Torres is fighting July 15th. Yes. Okay. So I'm not going because I'm going to be in Florida, but our head coach, Billy Walsh, for Team USA is going to be there, and Jose Polanco, who's our strength and conditioning coach. So I wish I could be there. It's going to be great. Ariane says Richard Torres got zero chance of being champ at heavyweight. Jala is coming. Okay, good. You know, I don't know if you followed his career and you've seen everybody's had to fight in men's worlds and in the Olympics and all of that good stuff. But this kid has no freaking fear, and he has much skill, much power. Trust me, I've done mitts with many men in my life, and he's got some real power and some real skill. But we shall see. We shall see. Nika, last words.
So let the ghetto girl speak right now. Anyways, thanks for everybody tuning in. I'm a little bit fucked up right now. I put too much liquor in my drink, but
okay, girl. Yes, Keyshawn.
But I'm all right. I'm all right, but I'm not ghetto. But I do understand. This has nothing to do with boxing, but there's a bitch out there that she's gonna get stomped out because you are pushing my patience, and I have people ready to beat your ass. So, you know,
still messing with you.
Yeah, this is a different girl in New York, but you know what? Just be careful when you're outside. That's all I'm gonna say, Hope. That's all I'm gonna say. And thanks for everyone tuning
in. Okay, Nancy, you're next, girl. Last words.
Our happy birthday to you, because I did not get to go celebrate since I was under the weather. So those.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you.
I am so grateful for you, and can't wait to connect. We're coordinating that. We're going to make that happen.
Yes,
you know, still celebrating the birthday.
Yes.
It's going to be birthday weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. And
birthday weeks. Love it.
Yes. So I just wanted to, you know, make sure that everybody that didn't get the chance to say happy birthday told you happy birthday. So those are my last words.
Thank you so much, D-Style. He didn't text me. He didn't call me. I mean, nothing. I was like, man, is my brother gonna call me? Is he gonna text me? Nada.
I did. I think I did. I did send you a. What am I talking about? I tweeted it out.
I don't really know.
I tweeted it out. That's right.
Yeah, you did. You did. D-Style, last words. What's coming up for you? What you got?
We got the roundtable tomorrow. It'll be the mid-year awards. That should be interesting. Of course, every Monday, Aftermath. I'll be doing shows with Calix middle of the week around like noon or so. So looking forward to that. And that's about it, really. I mean, nothing else.
Okay.
Marshall.
Well,
a knockout.
Okay. All right. You have your $20 ready.
No, well, I mean, I raised it to 50, and the dude got a little quiet in the chat. He got a little quiet in the chat. I was trying to hear.
We have to put that pressure on you. We have to put that pressure.
I was hearing the chirping from the crickets because all of a sudden I went a 20 to 50, and then all of a sudden, D-Style, you got to put more money up. I put more money up, and they got a little quiet. I'm saying.
Okay, well, maybe you should have just put up another 10. Maybe it was 30 he was looking for, not 50. That's a little rich for his blood, you know. But you know, it's all good. Okay, well, I want to see that 20 because everybody else said 20 was the good one.
Man, so $20 won't even give you a swallow of gas. Like you're not very confident if you are only betting
$20. All I want to say. I swear it's not comedy hour, despite what you're about to hear. All right, Marshall's going to win that fight.
Okay, not for me, Stephen Pope Coney. She's not the underdog for me.
By stoppage.
But yeah, okay, all
right. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I know we're wrapping up. I have a question. I hope.
No.
Quick question because I want to ask it. So what happened? So Andy Reese is training with who now? I've been trying to catch up with on all the boxing stuff. So where's he at? Did he change? Did he change again or no?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. We said we spoke on it the other day, but I can't remember.
We spoke on it, yeah, and I said,
okay,
oh my God.
Never mind then. I will. It was just because I was wondering, and if anybody knew, I was trying to get the scoop on that, or maybe the chat knows.
Hispanic, but not from Mexico. Oh my gosh. I forget.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You can message me
about it, and I'll
message me because I was curious about that.
Plans to go out. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right, my lovelies. Thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, we love y'all. Thanks for all the regulars and the newbies that are tuning in. Y'all are amazing. Thanks for my panel, my girls. I'm so glad that my Nancy's back, and D-Styles. Thanks for jumping on. And everybody have a good night. And we will see y'all next Wednesday. Love to love you. Bye. I'll be in Florida. Yay!
I still need to lick your hair, Nika. I need to lick your hair.